NBA versus the world at All-Star Weekend is going to be an absolute flop. There's no chance this is going to work. If the players don't care, why should we? If you can't get them to care about regular season games, why are they going to care about this? Because it's pretty obvious. It's right out in the open why we arrived at this point, why this is the format. They're trying to do what the NHL successfully did last year. They created the Four Nations face-off in the place of the NHL All-Star Game, and it was great. Players cared so much that there were fights, and it was awesome pageantry. It was great to follow for a couple of weeks. So basketball thinks, oh, if that works for hockey, surely that's going to work for us. But good luck getting the basketball players to care the way that hockey players do. Hockey players don't do load management. And you might say, well, Josh, it's an 82-game regular season. We got back-to-backs. They have the same thing in hockey as well. They don't have load management. This NBA generation of load managers, they killed the All-Star Game. Now, to be fair, let's be more specific about this, D-Day. This NBA generation killed the skills competition, which in turn killed All-Star Weekend. The All-Star Game was never good. If we're being honest about it, the All-Star Game was never really all that fun. Until you got to the fourth quarter, maybe you could make a case for the 90s and early 2000s guys starting to care. Wait until the fourth quarter. That's when they're going to start to care. And they haven't seen so much of that in recent years. But the fact that LeBron never did the dunk contest, the fact that these stars feel they're above doing something that's for the fans, that's the part that can rub people the wrong way, and it makes the weekend a whole lot less fun. But everybody kind of knows the criticism is out there, the lack of care. And the criticism so well known that you have Kevin Durant earlier this week defending himself and the OG players, the old heads as he'd put it. Here's how that sounded.
And the whole quote-unquote loyalty thing is, I think it's
That's
overrated.
James Harden. Let's hear from Kevin Durant earlier this week. James Harden talking about, he's kind of proving my point right there. Oh, loyalty, that's overrated. And I'm sure he would probably think that trying in the All-Star Game's overrated as well. Here is James Harden's former teammate, Kevin Durant.
Look at Luka Doncic and Nikola Jokic now. Let's go back and look at what they do in the All-Star Game. Is that competition? So we haven't questioned what they've been doing, but we're going to question the old heads and the Americans. But these two dudes out there, Luka and Jokic, they don't care about the game at all. These dudes be laying on the floor, they shoot from half court, but you got to worry about the old heads playing hard. I can read between the lines, bro. And I'm just thinking a lot of times, I'm just saying that I can read between the lines. And it's not just about you, it's just an overall topic that everybody's talking about. You just have to ask me that question.
Denton Day. So, if you didn't understand what was being said there, his defense for guys not caring, the old heads, so to speak, is to point and say, well, Luka and Jokic, they don't care either. So do you know what the All-Star Game's pretty much going to become? Because those are the foreign players and Kevin Durant represents the best of the Americans. It's going to be who cares less. There was a South Park episode where the joke was that the only reason the kids played Little League Baseball during the summer is because their parents made them play. And it was about who could intentionally try to lose better. And that was the competition. And meanwhile, Stan Marsh's dad, or I guess it's, what's the name? Randy Marsh. Yeah, Stan Marsh's dad, Randy, would then get drunk and try to fight people in the stands. Hey, I thought this was America. Well, that's essentially what the All-Star Game's going to be. You have Kevin Durant saying, they don't care either. Don't just blame us. Come on. And the format, I don't even think most people know what the format is. Like, if you were going to give this a real go, a real try, you know what you would do? You'd say, all right, we're going to replace the All-Star Game and we're going to have a 48-minute basketball game between the U.S. team and the world team, and that's what we're going to do. No, they're trying to salvage something from that god-awful format no one cared about last year. They're still keeping the 3-team round robin with the 12-minute games. You got the young USA stars and the USOGs and the world team. No shot that this is going to work and that no one's going to care. But to the players' defense, we'll defend the players for a second. The NBA probably should just get rid of the All-Star game now that they've prioritized an in-season tournament and they actually have gotten some traction. Hey, we have a neutral site location. What's the point of having the All-Star weekend when you have the in-season tournament, which is a neutral site and it's during the season? That's what you have. Fully embrace that. Put all the eggs into that basket. Get out of the All-Star business like the NHL did.